Good afternoon. As we start at 4 o'clock, we continue to follow the crash that has shut down I-70 for much of the day. This was the scene when Skyline first got there just a few minutes after 10 a.m.
Colorado State Patrol tells us a car slammed into the back of a tanker. One person died. It happened just west of Red Rocks and the Morrison exit and just south of Lookout Mountain. One of our viewers actually saw the crash happen and shared this view of the flames. Tim Klein tells us he was driving along 70 when he saw the car slam into the tanker. And you can see how bad those flames and the smoke was. You could see it around the metro area. Heavy black smoke quickly filled the area.
Yeah, that plume was seen by many people from far away, even as far south as Highlands Ranch. This a view sent to us from Keith. This down at Lucent and C470. You can tell it was just a few minutes after the crash had happened. We continue our live team coverage of the crash and the impacts it's having today. Our Brianna Clark is live at the Morrison exit with more on the traffic delays that still exist.
But we want to begin with 9 News reporter Jaleesa Rosari with more on what we're learning about the crash itself. Jaleesa?
Yeah, we are along I-70 westbound. Hours later, and this scene is still incredibly active. There are a lot of fire trucks here, a hazmat unit, and a lot of first responders still here as they continue to investigate this crash. Now, let's take a look at some video from Sky 9 earlier today, shortly after crews responded to the crash. Here's what we know so far. The crash happened around 9:40 this morning. Colorado State Patrol says a westbound tanker overheated and parked on the right shoulder. A driver slammed into the back of that tanker, causing a fire that engulfed both the tanker and the car. It's not clear at this point why the driver crashed. Colorado State Patrol has confirmed the driver inside that car has died. They do not believe anyone else was in the car. The driver of the tanker was taken to the hospital. His condition is not known. CSP says fuel spilled into a culvert and across eastbound lanes and started a fire. Fire officials say it took about an hour to get both the car fire and the grass fire out. The EPA is on scene to oversee that cleanup process. Fire crews say at one point there were 15 different agencies working on this incident.
Really an evolving scene with both fire suppression, potential patient care, hazardous materials, managing traffic, vegetation fire. So this scene quickly became a fairly complex incident that required a lot of resources. So it's a sad incident to be a part of, and certainly our thoughts go out to the victim.
Now we want to show you video we received from a witness, really giving you a glimpse of how big this fire was. We spoke to that witness about an hour after the crash. He was still shaken up about what he had witnessed. This is what he had to say.
See, the driver got out of the truck and walked to the front. But I heard a couple of explosions. I think those were other cars that were behind the tanker, but you can barely see them because the fuel was just pouring out of that truck onto the cars that crashed behind him.
As you can see, crews are still working on I-70 westbound, but CSP says they are hoping to reopen I-70 eastbound. They're actually checking on the structural integrity of that highway before they open it up. They say it will likely, the eastbound side will be open before the westbound side. For now, reporting live in Jefferson County, Jaleesa Rosari, 9 News.
Yeah, it's hard to really understand what happened yet today, but as far as the impact it's having, that's 6 miles of one of the busiest roads, not just in Colorado, but in the western United States. It's going to be problems for quite a while.
It is going to be problems for quite a while, and I don't know if Brian can pan over here to my other side, but this is the traffic on 40 East. This is the traffic that's being diverted off of I-70 eastbound in the highway, and they're all trying to get in through Golden, I believe. This has been going on for hours like this, just a steady flow of traffic. So if you live in this area, please try to avoid getting on any of these roadways.
Wow. Right, well, trying to keep everyone posted on when that might be opening again and find out more about what did happen today. Jaleesa, thanks. We'll see you with more at 5 o'clock.